Welcome to my channel, I'm Gary Wiryawan, and today I'm going to show you how to play rhythm electric guitar on a rock song with emphasis on dynamic. Let's go! Now before we continue with today's video, this is just a quick reminder for you to support my small channel by liking this video, sharing this video and subscribing to my channel down below. It will help me a ton to motivate me to keep making these videos for you. Alright, let's continue with the video. Today we're going to discuss about how to play rhythm electric guitar on a slow rock song or a rock ballad with emphasis on dynamic. Just to make sure that we're all on the same page, what I mean by dynamic is loudness or softness in your playing. Many people underestimate the importance of dynamic. However, it is very important, especially when you play in a song that has change of dynamics. You don't want to just play loud all the time or soft all the time. You wanna make sure you keep track of the energy level during the song. In this video, I will show you a track containing drum, bass and synthesizer that will have some dynamic changes throughout the song, and I will show you how I play my guitar throughout that song with some changes of dynamic on my guitar playing as well. I will show you some tips of tone as well as how I play the techniques, the right hand power as well as the pickup selection and things like that during the video. And I really hope that after you're watching this video, you're able to incorporate all of the things that I showed to you to your own playing. This is especially important if you are playing in a session kind of a situation, if you're jamming in a rock cover band, or if you're playing in a worship band that plays more rock kind of worship songs, you know. Now let's quickly talk about tone. For my guitar, I'm using this custom Stratocaster that has humbucker single pickup configuration, and you know, it's quite a versatile kind of guitar. I got the standard 5-way switch pickup selector so that I can get different kind of tones out of my guitar. As for the amplifier and the effects, I'm using American style amplifier that I set the gain to a little bit of a breakup, so you can still hear how clean it is, but it already has a little bit of drive inside of it. And you know, I'm using a little bit of ambience such as delay and reverbs to enhance the sound a little bit. Now at the later part of the song, where it starts to get loud, I add my tube screamer to add a little bit of gain and drive so that my guitar sounds pretty much become distorted. Alright, now I want to show you the track that I made without the guitar first, so here's how it sounds. Here, it starts softly at first, but as the track starts to develop, the energy level starts to increase and it gets louder and louder. This is dynamic. We will analyze part by part the guitar techniques that I use, and later on we'll be able to play something like this. Let's begin analyzing the quieter, softer part in the beginning. For softer parts like this, I'd like to play arpeggio, which are basically chord notes that are being played separately. But But I don't just play arpeggio all the time. I also add a little bit of hammer-ons and slides and stuff like that, to make things a little bit more interesting and not boring. Now pay attention to my right hand. I don't play really that hard. I just pick softly throughout this part of the song. I also use mainly my neck pickup position on the guitar to get that kind of softer single coil kind of tone. You can use whatever pickup that you have except for the bridge pickup, because usually bridge pickup is a little bit more aggressive and loud. Keep in mind, when do you pick or strum your notes? Because if you don't keep it in sync with the other instruments, it's gonna sound pretty out of time and just unbalanced, Alright, so here's all the parts of this beginning part of the track. Alright, let's move on with the next part. Alright, as you can hear from the beginning, the snare starts to play double time, and the energy starts to build up even more during the end of this part as well. That means we have to adjust our guitar playing accordingly to keep up with the dynamic change of this track, alright? So let me show you how I play during this track. In the beginning, I still play a lot of combinations of arpeggios with strummed chords. But then I start to introduce some variations, some of what I call Hendrix kind of riffs, Then I start to strum more and more, and I start to strum harder and harder to keep up with the increase of energy level at the end of this part. As you can hear, it starts to sound pretty aggressive, right? It's like building up some energy, you get some tension, you get some energy bouncing off, alright? And this is what I mean by dynamic. And as you can see, I also switch from the neck pickup of my guitar to the bridge pickup of my guitar. This is to further emphasize the increase of energy level, because the bridge pickup of your guitar is usually louder than the rest of your pickup configurations. And now, let's play this part of the track from the beginning to the end. Alright, now let's move on with the final part of the song. So as you can hear, this part of the track is already quite loud. The drum plays full on power and the strings are also at the maximum loudness. But there's not much of dynamic changes on this part of the song. So we want to keep up our guitar playing by playing as loud as we can, but still having control and a little bit of dynamic so that it doesn't sound boring. Because if you play loud all the time, it'll get pretty boring and it'll get pretty bland and it just sounds like mud. So here is what I play. Part of of the song, I'm already playing on the bridge pickup at full volume, and I also added my tube screamer already. I switch it on so that I can get more drive and gain out of the sound so that I can get a pretty distorted guitar sound. And now with this kind of aggressive guitar tone, we can start to keep up with the other instruments as well. I play mostly some variations of power chords that I strum in the beginning part of the song. However, because we are using such a high gain kind of tone, there's a lot of compression already, meaning that it doesn't matter if I pick or strum hard or I strum or pick soft, it'll just sound the same because of the high gain distortion kind of tone. Pay a close attention to my right hand when it strums the chord. It doesn't strum it really hard, it just strums it softly, I moved on with playing arpeggios again, emphasizing the single notes of a chord. As you can see and hear, even though I play the arpeggios softly, I don't pick too hard, you can hear that it still sounds quite aggressive and powerful. This kind of variations between strumming and arpeggio is usually something that I do pretty often because it adds a little bit of control, especially when you're playing very loud. You don't want to strum all the time because it'll sound very muddy. By employing arpeggios and picking the notes individually, you'll get a little bit of dynamic variation and it'll keep everything sounds interesting. At the end of this part, I play strumming again on the D chord, but I added a little bit of palm muting to add a little bit more control and to not make it sound pretty muddy. The keyword right here is muddy. You don't want to make everything sounds the same, just like strum. You want to add a little bit of variation, by employing a little bit of strumming, arpeggio and palm muting, you can get variations and it'll make it sound interesting. Alright, now let's play this part of the track from the beginning until the end and hear how it sounds. To recap, let's hear it again from the beginning until the end of the track. Up this video. So that is all for today's video. I hope that you find this video to be useful and informative. I hope that what you learn from this video can be applied to your own guitar playing and increase your skill as a guitar player, whether you're in a rock cover band or if you're in a worship band or whatever, just apply it and hopefully it'll be useful for you. Please comment down below if you have any questions about this video. Also, don't forget to support my small channel by liking this video, sharing this video and subscribing to my channel down below. Thank you and goodbye.